Good evening, all. This is Fahmy Hamzy. It's about 4:44 p.m. I'm sorry I'm running a few minutes late. As you noticed on the notices from GoToWebinars, we have shifted these market time webinars on Wednesdays to 4:30. Saves me a little bit of time. I can get out of here a little bit sooner. My problem is that the hours are just crazy, absolutely crazy. I'm exhausted. But, we have 7 products and they're all firing all cylinders, and that's the problem. Gotta keep up. That's a good problem to have. I realize that. Tomorrow we have this is housekeeping items. Tomorrow we have a house. This should say 4.X, not 1.7. The 4.7 is not ready yet. I'll change that in a second. And then that one is done from 8:30 to 4:30. It's a no email setup. It's a really, really quick way to get in, and we've set it up this way. It's less headache. Those who like what they see, they have to contact us, and we have to go through PayPal. We'll get their email. We're not trying to do email harvesting. We're just trying to to pass on the word, saying, hey, have you considered your own managed futures trading? Your own, yeah. Because you run it yourself, okay? But it's a structure, it's a system, and oh shit, I don't want that. Upgrade, no, hold on, no, hold on. They give me another upgrade, I can let it go. All right, so sorry guys, let me get this out of the way. Okay, and so on and so forth. So now, how do we get in? Well, this thing in the background is running. Sorry, I have an update coming in. You enter here. It's a GoToMeeting. So instead of having GoToWebinar, it simulates exactly what the chat room is. It's easier on our existing people. It's easier on our staff, our moderators, and you get a true sense of what's done, how we do it. So, okay, I got to update that date a little bit later because there's an update on the FTP. It just came in. All right. So, by the way, speaking of updates, last night was a major update. If you're using TradeStation, make sure, please, you went through the updates. And make sure you have no other programs running, no other charting stuff. Why? Most of them use the .NET to save the data. You don't want to be running data coming in while you're updating that. So shut down everything, do your update, reboot the machine, do this checkup, which is a product from TradeStation. This little gizmo down here, this one. You run that, and you do this. That cleans your machine. Reboot again. You're going to see how big these files are. Mine, let's say, was like 4 gigabytes. That's how big the update was, because it was a cumulative plus .NET. So get that out of the way. No, I don't want to do that. Sorry. No. I don't need to run right now. Get it out of the way, then go back to the TradeStation. I would also get my cal files, the data files, because when the storage is changing, whatever data you got is most likely going to cause more problems. I've got a guy who's got very valuable data. He refuses to do that. Guess what? He constantly has problems. I gave up. I said, no more tech support. Not doing it. Because you're not doing your part. I can't force him to clean it or not clean it. But he's getting out of compatibility. Okay? Not very smart. Now, I won't say which tribe he's from, but I assure you it's not from my tribe. So you make your own judgment. Yeah, exactly. Some of these guys don't listen. They're very hard-headed. You know what? Maybe they need their hand to be burned a couple of times to learn the lesson. I try to pass on in good nature, saying what's going on. Well, I know. I mean, I wrote an email last night saying, hey, all our machines are being hit. We just took down the servers, do the update, we come back. 5 minutes later, the servers were back up. And then we also make sure my own machines are up. So please do that for your own sanity. For this all day, you need Chrome or Edge, updated Windows, obviously, working speakers, and high-speed internet, which most people have these days. All right? That's housekeeping. Okay? We have a 4.67 that we're running. There's a 4.68 that's available, but it's only in test. That takes care of some corrections or some bug fixes and a big news day. If you have a big news day, like let's go here. There's a big news day, for example, tomorrow. It has a flag to allow it to, no, I'm sorry, not big news day. I'm sorry. This is the big news day. Hold on. Nothing here. Okay. It's when the news is the big news at 10 o'clock. Because we trade from 9:45 on. We take 15 minutes to figure out what to do. It creates a channel, looks for it, and it starts shooting numbers at 10 plus. Oh, I'm sorry, 9:45. But if you have a news coming at 10, it's like stepping in front of like here. There we go. Here we go, right there. It's like stepping in front of a freight train. For a day like Friday, it starts issuing orders like 3 minutes forward, one more bar. Let the first bar go through, like the second bar go, and then we go out, okay? So that we take all the information priced in. As you know, due to market efficiency, you don't need to read the news. Just look at price and volume. It's already priced in. Before you can understand the news, people are voting with their pockets. So we're building that in. And then the next version is the early morning trade, this period. Non-farm, jobless claims, retail sales, new homes, GDP, PPI, CPI, like this one, this 830. That's going to take a little bit of time. But we have the modules in. Remember, we prepared for that for about 2 or 3 months now into the coding. But of course, we stop and upgrade things at more emergencies, like a rollover. And we have a distribution set up, both people who use it and also a couple of system houses. Like actually, I talked to another group today that they traded there for their clients. It's a wide range of people. So we got to be extra careful. Yeah, we got to really, really extensive testing. Why? We're not doing indicators. It's pushing, it's triggering pull money in and out, shooting numbers, shooting dollars into positions. So it's extra careful we have to be. So a little bit longer. I don't know how I do it or my team does it, but bless them. They're just hard ass types and they work hard. So we're almost there. Once we get to 4.8, no. I think at 4.7 we're done. 4.7 is going to be the early trade, but that's going to be a different module. Can't call it ORB. No longer is opening range balance. It's like pre-open, okay, or I don't know what to call it, but it's a pre-open trade. So it can trade from 8, like from 8 o'clock. It starts looking for a channel. It'll trade out. It'll jump in around 8:33, and then it starts carrying it until about 9:25. Then it goes flat. It goes flat, and then the next system kicks in. Okay, or 9:35, because otherwise they're keeping until 9:45. But that's going to be a separate module. We have no idea when we're going to price it. We have no idea when it's going to be ready. All I know is we have a statement of work, and we've had some parts of it already built in. So I would say probably next 2 or 3 months that will be done. It would need extensive testing. That's why we can't even call it ORB. It's a totally different module, and we've just begun to get to where we showed some results. So, but it's not ready for back tests yet. We'll get to that first. And we think it's going to make sense because I trade those numbers myself. Again, this is a reflection of me, the system. And so we'll see. Okay, let's go to our main item here. Econ calendar. Well. Yeah. So you saw on Monday, we went flat with Time and Digest. Email went out. When we say, remember, I can't post the email I sent to them to you guys. I can do it on a on the newsletter, but not on the Twitter. On Twitter, Tico always says that, Admiral Tico. You need to follow Admiral Tico, by the way. He's costing 1,400 people. Here it is. Admiral Tico right there. There you go. There's Admiral Tico. He's hitting 1,400 right there. So he came out and said, check your emails. When he says check your emails, that means somebody has gone out. To members. Yeah, go get it. Yeah, go get it. Take a look at it. You'll see. And usually it's a copy of the email to Time and Digest. And we send it like a minute after or 30 seconds after. The moment we get our own copy in the sent area, we send it to you. And now I'm going to put it into the user guide. A newsletter. We're now getting to that point where we're managing it. Sorry, it's been a long journey. The problem is that our gal that helps me quite a bit, Nancy, she's on fire on the option side, on the HA option side, the different product. And so, and Cash is out of town. Cash is in Paris. So it's just me at this point right now. But we'll catch up. So we are catching up, but not to the way we used to be, not the way I want to be. So, Okay, today we had PPI came a little bit softer. If you look at our futures chat room, the only chat room we have, uh, yesterday there was a talk about this. That yes, yesterday the drop was huge, but PPI comes a little bit soft, and we expected that. Why? Because producers, that's PPI, producers price index. Uh, the merchants, the manufacturers, the service people, the owners are trying to not pass on all the inflation increases. Why? Because customers have used to certain price points. I don't care how much you like filet mignon, but you're willing to pay up to a certain point. Now, until you're Admiral Tico. Now, Admiral Tico had a filet last night at Real Seafood, but he didn't look at the bill. Why? He monetizes his credit card. He monetizes his traffic on Twitter and pays his credit cards. So for him, was funny money. Daddy, I want a filet. I said, okay, I have a filet. Well, you're paying for it, not me. I'm poor. And he's laughing his head off. And he had a good day in the market yesterday. He had a better day today. And so actually, yesterday was a little bit better, but just by a hair. Yeah. It's almost the same. Because we didn't trade as much today. I knew it was inside there. I'm going to get to that. We decided to trade very little today. Actually, I keep a journal. Let's see what time we closed today. Hold on. For all accounts, I closed. That's 7. That's 8. That's 14. Yeah, at 10:44. 10:44 Eastern, we covered. Done. Why? I expect to be inside there. I didn't want to take any gamble. I had a huge day yesterday. Very good day on Friday. I'm just not willing to gamble. We're middle of the month. There's a long way to go. Remember, I get paid at the end of the month based on performance. So for the managed futures. So I had to wait for that. So I mean, I can't go too fast and give it back. No good. You gotta be careful. It's just like money managers in let's say post Thanksgiving. They don't take any big gambles. Why? They won their bonus in January. Hello. They won that Porsche. So, or somebody's got a better taste. He wants a Patek Philippe. What's that Patek Philippe? 3,200,000. I think it's a grand complications. Yeah. With diamonds on it. It's $3.5 million for a watch. If you want that, you work hard, you're not willing to give it back. Hi, Bill. How are you? Come on in. So today, yesterday the talk was, if today comes soft, we got to rethink all of this and we could snap back. Obviously, we did okay. I don't know what the chart is. I'm going to take a look at it. But let me go to ES on this side. But that came through. Good commentary by Peter Cook, our moderator, chief moderator, and it's very good. It was an inside day on the hold on the NQ and the ES. Let me take a look at it. Yeah, it was an inside day, pretty much. We really didn't break down, but we played around near the close of yesterday, and there's an inside on the chart. I'm going to get that. So that's that. Tomorrow, jobless claim, Philly Fed, retail sales. I mean, all these three are crucial. So I'll be at my desk at around 8. We'll open that session at 8:15, 8:30 to be ready. Also, we have New York manufacturing, which is Empire State, import-export. Oh boy. You have then at 9:15, you have industrial production. 15 minutes before the open, of course, 10. You have business images. That's not that big. What I'm worried about is really retail sales. Let's see what the expectation is. Remember, gotta watch the red reports. Jobless claims every week, but here you go. Here's the number, 0. Yeah, I don't want this thing to pop too high. I don't. I just bring it smarter the above. If it goes too high, then it gives ammo to our buddy, the venerable Jerry Powell. Remember how what he calls Jerry, his mine. Like Seinfeld's mom called him. What a good boy he is. What a good boy. Who would not like a good boy like him, right? 0.4 on vehicles was last month. 0.1. Okay, that's going to be a little soft. But that's a wide range, though. That's a 1% range. Wow. Fixed vehicles and gas, 0.4, lower. Okay. I paid $4 for gas the other day. 2 weeks ago was $6. 3 weeks ago was $6. So incredible. Okay, let's see what else do we have tomorrow that would be a key. I would also want to look at Philly Fed. Yeah. Philly Fed. That's Mid-Atlantic situation. Again, wide range. Wow. Oh, wow. Jeez. This is going to be an interesting one. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, so you got 6-2 prior, 3-5 consensus, and that. Now, we got to see also if it gets any adjustment. I don't know if Philly Fed has it. I think retail sales get adjustments, gets posted there. E-color day is what everybody uses. I mean, all the big machines, they grab the data from these guys. So, anyhow, that's it. That's our e-color calendar. Oh, it's consumer sentiment. Sorry. Now, that's not called witching. There's no such a thing. When Admiral Esposito left one Chicago, which was a single stock futures, collapsed. So we're back to triple. So 2 months we have double witching, third month we triple witching. We used to be quad because we had single stock futures that were gone. VIX futures are next week because of a calendar. Peculiarity of calendar. They usually expire Wednesday before, but it's going to be Wednesday after. We already rolled out. We rolled out to the next contract. We're still expecting a downside. So we have bought some calls on VIX. And they're dirt cheap, I think. Well, hold on. We're not putting big outlays, but and we've been doing good, so it's a little bit of our profit. But the vols are very high. I can't say so. If you're measuring by MIVs, no, they're not cheap because you're paying vol of the vol. It's a compounded problem. Okay, you see in our charts, we'll see. Okay, consumer sentiment. What time is it? 4:59. Okay, 58. By the way, stop me if you have a question. Post there. We'll get to you. 58.2 prior. Almost 60 consensus, and then they had a 3% range. That's this is not bad given where we are, guys. If you look at the history of this. So I just don't want this thing to go too high up. This goes up, jelly is gonna go to 100 basis points, and that is not gonna be good. Yesterday was actually a signal to jelly. Yeah. Remember, this country is owned by the hedge funds. Don't fool yourself. Why hedge funds? Because even multi-billionaires have their monies with them, and they're locked for 1 year. Are you with me? It's not how rich you are; it's where your money is. If you're with the hedge funds, they own the whole thing. So if you're a bad boy like Jerry has been, you get punished. Boom. So and they were very hawkish in at what do you call it, Jackson Hole. So you get punished. Yeah. Instead of instant gratification, you have instant punishment. Welcome to America. Exactly. Let's go to charts. Who's texting me? 1 second. All right. Notice there's the inside day right there. 1 second. Am I good here? Yeah. Just want to make sure nobody's stuck there. No. Okay. All right, no worries. That's why my investors wrong. The guy cashes about 38 million. Yeah. I got answer to this. Not for me, no. Yeah, he sold a bunch of malls, yeah. He waited a little bit too long. I told him last year. But, that was a good problem. A lot of malls in Northeast, some hotels. But last year, interest rates were low, but yet the traffic was a problem. We're still coming out of COVID, and the hotels that had low occupancy, and then the malls had low traffic, but now you got those back, but interest rates up. So one way or another, he's cashed out. He's good. So all right, so let's go back here. Good drop, very good drop. Look the gap down. The gap down massive. Remember, we went out at 10:14 a.m. Eastern on Monday. Why? It hit our number. Our number was 41.25, but that was a 26. It gets readjusted. And when they collide, we got out. Email out. Now, that was a PMT Pro. If you have PMT Pro, your emails are real time. If you have PMT, your emails are after the close. There's a difference. Yeah, it's this is America. You get what you pay for. You want a big soup, you pay extra, right? So you want a bowl or a cup? That's the question. PMT Pro is a bowl, yeah. So they had a gentleman who had he has a cup, and he didn't get the email. He was a little upset. I said, "Well, nobody told you," and Mr. Petrucci would be my witness. Nobody tell you to order a cup and expect to get a bowl. Okay, and or vice versa. You get what you pay for. So anyhow, he's cool now. But anyhow, so we got that out. Now that evening I went short with Time and Digest. Why? Time and Digest only works on a close. So even if I go close in the middle of a day, it's not effective until the day closes. So we close up there, bingo, right up there. And that's the charts you see. Here's our charts for that. You start on Twitter, and I'll be more than happy to share it with you. There we go. Yeah, here we go. Here's the chart. Okay, you could see we posted about that time. Or was it that's yesterday? I'm sorry, that's yesterday because we finalized the date. Yeah. It's actually 12. Now this guy get adjusted. We're above that. So this is a snap of that time. But now we put 210% up there. So we have made all-time high in our performance while market is in trouble. Now, we make more money on the downside. And given the action here, I've said I'm going to be flat for a few days. I'm not ready to go long. I'm not ready to go short. Why? If you look at the retracement, we're right there about halfway. We're near between 50% to 61.8, which is a Fib number retracement. This is the most difficult part of the curve. So you're basically doing a coin toss. Did I say that? Coin. I'm not good at that. I want a short thing. I want a J down. I'm not willing to take the building out. I want to take the window out. See my point? Yeah. Precision hit. So we'll see. A little bit early. But I can't take which way. Now, here's a couple of stuff to think about. Next week we have Jerry in the context of FOMC, and then we have Jewish high holidays coming up. As you know, you sell Rosh Hashanah and you buy Yom Kippur. And I'm putting calendar up. Hopefully, you guys can see that. I don't know if you can or not. This could be what do you call it? Issue of JavaScript and Windows. We're on the 14th now. Rosh Hashanah is Sunday 25th, and it lasts 10 days. So the 4th, which becomes Tuesday, 4th of October, is Yom Kippur. Technically, you want to sell on the right before that. I would sell on 23rd, which is a Friday. I would cover like on the 4th or 5th. So it will be you got a downward move about 1.5. I mean, week and a half. Okay, yeah, 10, 11 days because you have also weekends. You can't trade on weekend. So guess what we have next week? We have FOMC. Let me make sure I'm right. Just double check your work. Yeah, you can't make assumptions in this business. That's because Federal Reserve. Because it's just too dangerous, too much going on. So monetary policy. Where is the calendar, Jack? Statements. Calendar, sorry, right there. Okay, so yes, 2021. So 2021 says next Tuesday and Wednesday. So next Wednesday, tomorrow, not next week, next webinar. Guess what that is too, by the way? That's fall equinox. You know how many times I've talked about spring equinox, fall equinox? Why? Gravitational force of our brains. We do crazy things. I think we could break that day. We could break into that day, go into 25th, then slide down into the 4th. So that's what we rolled into some October calls on our VIX position. So no die calendar. Yeah, you can get no die Federal Reserve calendar. You got to keep back of FOMC and stuff. So that's where we are on that. All right. So that's what I'm thinking. So what do I want to do between now and then? Listen, we have taken from February 2nd up here. We have taken about 9,000 points out of the Dow. We were about 7,500 until this last trade. Last trade just killed it. It was another 140 handles. We must have been 143 times 10. It's about 1,500 points. So we're at 9,000 points on the Dow. Long and short. I don't go one way. I don't believe in buy and hope. You look at the chart, it shows you. That's why we have pulled up. If you go here, hold on. If you go here, snaps, performance, there we go. Yeah. I mean, listen, it went down, we went up. It went up, we went up. Why? Because we swing back and forth. Here, boom. So this has been dropping. We have managed it. I think we got long once, which was this long. This long we got once. So remember, this is not the day. This does not have what in there yet. Yesterday, quite was flat on Monday. This moves forward when when we're in a position, because it measured against the anchor of the price you went in. This is not a complete SPX movement. It's when we were in the market that what SPX did. Because when we're out of the market, we don't care what SPX does. Who cares? Because that's not how we ranked. We're ranked against the movement of SPX. So we beat buy and hope by 98% since the 14th of November of 14. So in 7 years plus, we beat it about, divide that, then 98 by 4, by 7. So was that, is it 8%? No. Murray, what happened here? Hold on. Oh, so it's 98 divided by 7. About 14% a year. We have beat S&P by 40% a year. Now, here's what I suggest you do. Go to Morningstar, find another money manager who's done that. I'll change my name. How's that for a deal? Okay? And where I come from, you don't change your name. Yeah. That's your pride and joy. So go and find it. That's what some hedge funds pay the same money you do for the service. And occasionally you have to remind them where the video of this webinar is, because they don't come in per se, but or maybe one of their adjutants come in, take a look at it, or interns, and then come back. But anyhow, that's where we are there. I'm not sure what I want to do. I don't have a call here. Okay, I'll probably wait a couple more days. I want to get closer to that timeline of 21st of September, which is a fall equinox. Mindful of the fact that the 25th, which is a Saturday or Sunday, the Rosh Hashanah starts. And that's a heavy, heavy downside bias. Now, that's called seasonality. If you read my book, read chapter 8. I didn't write it. I don't want to take credit for that. Each chapter was written by different people who were very smart. Some of them were gurus, not me. I'm just the guy who put the deal together. But back then, I wasn't as successful as I am now. I'm not going to hide anything from you guys. You know me. As you get better, as you get older, you get a little bit better. Those guys a little bit more white hair, more experience. And so I've invited to this book. And the proviso was they haven't written anything. They haven't published anything. And I found a group of them. The only exception was John Nigerian. And that's John. I'm not going to say anything more. Anyway, I ended up actually completing his chapter. That's okay. He was too busy. He just wanted to be there. Oh well. But he's a good man. So read chapter 8 called Seasonality. A guy named Phil Erlanger, very, very smart cookie, special technical advisor to Johnson family, who owns Fidelity, one of the largest money managers out there. And he talked about seasonality. You better read that. You'll see sell Rosh Hashanah, buy Yom Kippur in the play. And it happens 9 out of 10 years. It's not 100%, nothing is. Like, let's say, last 2 summers were very different than the summer we have now, because we're getting back to new normal. And the 2 summers before that, we had COVID. So all things being equal, that's what we're expecting, but that's why I'm on the call. Looks like today, yesterday we pulled back a little bit, put pressure. You could see what happened on CI diffs. We did have a very low reading. We had to jump. We did. This was glorious. Actually, I expected 3 bars. The 4th was extra gift on Monday. I almost went flat Friday. Almost. And then when comes Monday, it was nuts. I said, this is too much. This is too much. Too good to be true. This was some of the easiest money I ever made in futures market. Why? It trended a directional way. Did not wobble. Did not go back and forth. Look at it. It's a full range. Full range. When you get a full candlestick where you do not see the wick, different ballgame. Totally different ballgame. Yeah. And now, here's a problem. You don't hit much here, get hit much, and you get cocky. So you have to be careful. That's why yesterday we were very, very careful. Also, you cannot change your mind. I know a few of you who would bet against yourself. Why? I don't know. Some people don't want to succeed. They're afraid of being successful. It happens. Okay, it does. Hi, Dennis. How are you? So be careful. Yeah, you want to be in this game. You work so hard to get in here. Now that you're in, you doubt yourself. Get out of that. Self-talk is a disaster for a trader, especially in a leverage business, options or futures. You've got to be comfortably numb. Go listen to Pink Floyd. You got to be focusing on the chart, having good indicators that you trust, and block everything else out. Recently, I'm doing a lot better. You know what? I don't even answer my phone. I don't open my emails. I've told people if there's an emergency in chat too, use your mic button so I can hear you. Because I'm not going to even look at the chat. I don't want to go back and forth between the discussion and all that. No. I got my own screens to watch. I got to watch them. I don't have time for anything else. You've seen my office. It keeps on growing. I just had to another stuff ready there. Let me put this away. My point is, I had to make some changes and rules and saying, Ferry, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh, that's absolutely. If you have doubts, and this comes from self-confidence in what you're doing, that's how you get into trouble easily, very easily. Well, where's my thing? No. Okay. That's my office. Okay. You've seen a bunch of stuff. That's the office. So, and these two machines are changed. I'm going to make a new picture. These two machines, these monitors. But I got too much going on. I just can't sit here. This is the chat. I cannot concentrate and miss the rest of the stuff that's going on. So I've decided, guys, first of all, I've trained 3 really good moderators. Let them run it. Well, and they have a hierarchy, how to tier up the tech support. And at some point they have to come to me. Well, and they can hear me though. I'm on a mic. So they could hear me, I'm flat. And then they say, Ferry, I need you. What do I do here? Boom. Here's a solution. Go. Plus, they need to learn. And they're going to make a couple of mistakes. They're going to make mistakes. How are you going to learn? You have to make mistakes. And you got to learn from it. When you lose in the market, you pay tuition. That tuition will teach you a lesson. Okay? I had a friend who was a new come in, but he was getting advice from another friend, a mutual friend, who was a cowboy. So he's very cautious, comes in, works a couple of months, the account goes up like 4%. Okay? It's not bad. In this treacherous market, you make 2% a month. That's not bad. That's what most hedge funds shoot for. But remember, they're dealing with billions. But this is it's a $50,000 account. Let's put it that. But he's up a couple of percent each month. 2 months. Month 3, he's listening to this fellow who's a cowboy. It dawns on him that maybe he's a cowboy too. They cleaned him up. I don't know what it was. I think it was in. I'll tell you on a chart. Hold on. They cleaned him up, and he's in LA. So I get a chance to get together with him. Okay, they cleaned him up out here. What about this? You see this gap down? This is the worst you could be. And the fellow that he was following does the overnight holds. Are you nuts? Are you nuts holding futures overnight? And they had gap downs. They cleaned his clock. So I saw him for a few minutes on the day I was flying back. And he just didn't know what to do. He was frozen. But what happened here? I said, easy does it. As FT71 teaches us, we're for a little golden nugget. Go grab it, book it, put it, don't look at it, put it in the bag, it's yours. You play around, you get back in there, no. Look, if I look at my journal, that's one of the best thing I did start doing journals. I done Friday, I traded all day because it was really easy picking. If you don't cut off at a certain point, whether it's your win limit or loss limit. Yeah. Listen, a lot of us have loss limits, which is very good. It's noble, but we have no win limit. Our win limit is infinite. That's the biggest damage you can do to yourself. You need to have a win limit. That means I'm done for a day. You know why? You're tired. Yeah. Yes. Cowboys often follow their horses. Exactly. So you keep a ratio 3-to-1. For every dollar you allowing yourself to be at risk, you gotta shoot for 3. But don't make that 3-5 or do I shoot for 7? Because I've won so far. Because what happened 2 hours ago has nothing to do with now. Not when you're trading 49-1 leverage. You're balancing on the edge of a sharp knife, a Henkel knife, okay? It's gonna dice you by slice and smooth. 49-1, not a joke. So buy your house for 2% down. So you've got to be careful what you're doing. Anyhow, he's a new person now. Now he's crawling his way up slowly. Why? Because he got caught in this. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, and this guy's going up. He's what caught him, by the way. They came down and they said, "Okay, this is probably it." They go along, and then we go in decision. They stay, and then they get 2 gap downs. Bada bing, you're done. Yes, throughout the day, correctly. Right, bravo, Jason. It says many traders make money early, then give it back. Yours truly is one of them too. But you know what the point is? You have to have a journal. Start writing it down. I used to do years ago. I used to do in Excel. No. You have to open it up, write it. You want it error. You know what? You want to correct it. You want to look nice. Forget a nice setup. Just write it legible enough you can read yourself. Remember, I almost became a doctor. At least mommy wanted me to do that. And then I gave up on that because I had the grades, but I didn't want to go. I can't handle blood. So then she was working me into be a lawyer. I said, no, I can hire the best lawyers. Let me do what I'm doing good. Because I don't know if I can be number 1 at Harvard Law. But if I work hard enough in any business, I can hire that guy who happens to be number 1. However, as a matter of fact, my lawyer now used to be number 2 at Harvard when he had the graduate. He won the moot competition. Larry Sludnicki. Very, very bright guy. We used to crew at Princeton together. But my point is, I gave up the. Now these days I have bad handwriting. Could be age. I don't know. I write too fast, but it's illegible enough for me to read and say, "I'll make my time. Take my time. This is put the time. Here's the conditions. Here's what I did, and then write your P&L. I have a running P&L by account. By account. Yes. Never do the journal end of the day. Exactly. Wow. Words of gold. Words of gold here, guys. Frank Petrucci, thank you, sir. Signor Petrucci. Tell them to do the journal in real time. Exactly. Journal at the end of the day is not a journal. It's your recollection calendar. And that's not worth anything. It's not worth it's not worth the paper. You got to write it in real time. Also, open in the morning. How you feel. Got to write it down. Did you sleep well? Did the dog wake you up when he was sick? I had that. One of my entries was a week ago. Tico woke up, he was sick. At 2 in the morning, I got to take him out there. Then I come back, I'm trying to fall asleep. He falls asleep and goes snoring. Yes, I wrote that. Think about also econ calendar. Write about the econ calendar. It's easy to open econ calendar and discuss it. But you have to put in the context of that day's trading. And a new day, go new page. Yeah, just start fresh. Put the date on top, And write down, you have 2 entries for time, entry and exit times. Why? Because you want to go back on the chart, debrief it yourself. I mean, tonight I got a hot date at 5:30. I'm going to be late. Okay. But when I get home, I'm going to go through my debrief. Just like the pilots do when they come back from a sortie. Before they can go and eat, they go to the operations and they put their gear down, go to the operation, and they get debriefed. So to see who did what. And this is your debrief, your own personal debrief. You're not doing the journal for anybody. Not doing it for me. Not doing it for your better half. This you're doing for yourself. Keep it confidential. Be honest. Some people don't put everything there. I've seen a few journals. Why? Because they're afraid somebody else sees it. You're not doing yourself any favor. Do it honestly for your own, and you're worried to have it safe, put it in a safe closet. Now, the book gets full, you buy another one. You don't touch it. You just finish the first end date, begin and end date. For that, you buy a new one, you get a new one. Don't throw anything away. It'll come in handy a few years later even. Let's move on, guys. D-Trend, I'm sorry. Quick review on canaries. Okay, there we go. Okay. Of course, this is an issue. This is a huge issue. We're not having any good time with transportation. And now they're talking about possible strike on the rails. So it's pressure. We're not going to go up until it gets flushed here. I think we're getting ready for a flush. Remember I said October 4th on Yom Kippur, what was it, about a month ago? It's more and more looks like maybe be correct. Also, on April, I said July 4th, I was off 10 trading days. The low was on the 16th. Yeah. It could be off, but this is more solid seasonality. This, I think, I'll be a little bit better. Remember, 21st is a fall equinox. That's a big thing with the planet pressure on our brains. And a lot of reversals happen. And then, of course, that's the day the FOMC meets. It's actually meets 20th and 21st. So it's going to be fireworks. There's a possibility we won't have this meeting next week. Why? I'm going to be tired. Remember, most of that day, in the morning, there's nothing going on. We're welcome to do one of these in the morning. But in the afternoon, between 2 o'clock on, it's got to be, it's like, what was it? I forgot. In 68. In 68 in Vietnam, what was that attack? I forgot. It's going to be one of those days. It's going to be difficult. They come from all sides. I forgot that engagement. I'm not talking about DMB and food. That was for the French. I'm talking about U.S. forces. In 68, I forget the name of it. But it's going to be one of those tough days. Now, moving on. We're on a buy here. Hello. Remember, it got extensive, but it pulled up fast on the weekly. I'm ignoring it. Why? I think we're just too news oriented. Yeah, we have a lot of issues. We got oil, we got Putin, which is related. We got CPI, you got Fed, and of course you have all the other craziness that's going on. Tet offensive, bravo. Tet offensive, yes, that's it. Thinking about Tet offensive, that actually you could see it on Bravo, sir. I actually a friend here who lives in what do you call it? Not Paradise. What is it called? Pelican Bay. He was the colonel there. Oh yeah. Hold on. This guy, I've seen it. And Tet offensive was a colonel. Yeah. Tet. Yes, Michael. That Tet offensive. Right. It's one of those that we could take fire for a while. Yeah. So you gotta be very careful. And there may not be enough time for the supplies to arrive. Yeah. You can't have those C-130s or whatever they were using back then. I don't think C-130s were that active in 68. Maybe they were bringing stuff in. All right. So that's how bad it's going to get next Wednesday. So if I'm wounded, you won't see me. I don't need that. Yeah, I'm not going to. A blind cannot help a blind, right? So I'm not going to do that. So, well, let's see how we are. I'm trying to get the afternoons of Wednesdays off. Obviously, the exception is FOMC, which is what, every 6 weeks, 7 weeks on average. But I'm trying to get the Wednesdays off in the middle of the week. Get a breather because just the trading is getting very, very tense. All with the good things, but you have a lot of money on the table. It's split decisions you have to make, so it's a little bit too much. As you know, I'm not that bright. That's why I have to work so hard. These are building up a little bit, not enough. They're new highs, new lows. Forget new highs. New lows building up a little bit. If this peaks, it tells me that we have a little low coming, but it hasn't peaked yet. We bounced off here beautifully. We had 3 or 4 days, and look what happened yesterday. Just killed. Completely lost its value. About, 60% of it? Yeah, from 6 to 0. Right, that's a 10. I'm saying 30% of it, if you take that whole value. 30% in one day. It's very unusual. This was several days of going up, the Momo. We're at 0 sig on the SP1. No divergence like we had there. You see that divergence versus this? Yeah. Remember, tea leaves. You gotta read the tea leaves. If I open it up here, maybe you can see it better. You see the tea leaves? Lower low, higher low. Love it. Love this one. But now nothing. This is also we're midway. Midway is a joint cost. Not interested. I just don't know. Okay. VIX, for your record, we rolled out of our September. And obviously yesterday brought it back quite a bit. We took a small loss, but we rolled it to October's. And of course, Nancy's watching that like a hawk. And we're thinking that somewhere in here we'll get a decent payoff in this range between like early 30s to, let's say, like 37 area. Somewhere in this we're going to get our payoff. If we go above that, okay, that's what I call rock and roll time. Yeah. Well, look, you see those levels? Yeah. And it's going to line up with sigma levels. Again, watch for the sigma levels. Not the level of the VIX that Dr. Whaley tells us, the guy who invented it. Actually invented this one. which is the correct VIX, the old VIX. This is it's a hodgepodge. This is for the floor to make more money. Yeah. But look at it. See even here, rule two. When we hit a sigma level, like a 4 and above, we're done. The price will catch up. Price is a little bit delayed. VIX will move further. Remember, volatility cycles are more predictable than price cycles. You got to learn that. That's absolute. There's no question. You just got to learn that. Actually, we spent an hour on that on the webinar in Chicago at the CBO when I would do the whole. But I had full days to teach. 1 hour was on just volatility cycles and how do you predict it and how do you figure out why. Why is it important? It's the most complicated and hard to put your arms around it for the actual model. Because first big one that impacts it, the sensitivity analysis, X minus S, right? X is the current price, S is the strike. So are you in the money or out of the money? That's a big thing because once that moves, the delta comes and takes over. But all other things being equal, such as Paribus, if X minus is equal, is not changing, your next most critical input is implied volatility. And for that, you got to understand volatility cycles because that gives you an edge up. So, all right. Now, interesting enough tonight, the skew dropped. Earlier today, it's 5:30. Earlier today, let me text. Earlier, she's got to wait. I know she's a blonde, but she's got to wait. Yeah. 1 second. So, we were talking about on Twitter that this was edging up. And one person made a call saying SQ went up while I think 20 and 21 market also went up. Absolutely correct. What they don't understand is the out of phase calculations. I'll get to that 1 second. 20 minutes. Okay. I got to be out of here 10 out. Okay. There we go. All right. Yeah, otherwise, I'm going to get court martial. I usually take one in the evening. I may have it one from Tico. I can't take 2 blondes court martial. That's my limit. So anyhow, what happened here? Let's go here. Don't forget, guys, I was born blonde myself, so that's why I'm not that smart. We dropped down big time today. This was saying that the big boys are setting up out of the money puts. Remember, this is the tail risk on the downside. It's not both tail risk because each bell curve has 2 tail risks, right? One plus, one negative. This is the negative side. There's calculations for that. Yes, but this is not the signal. The low of the market, and this means nothing. It's when they set this up for the higher part of the market. Let's say this number was much higher here. That would have said we have a big drop coming. Plus, it's, as you know, 6 weeks to 10 weeks wide. You go back and you see these signals, you could see it's like a neural net training of a neural net chip that you have to show samples of the was is. Over time, it figures out. If you do it with your own head, you also figure out when the signal comes about 6 to 8 weeks in advance of 6 to 8 weeks in advance of the actual drop. So while this looked like yesterday they were buying some puts, the answer is yes, they were. This is how it's computed. Nobody can deny that. That's computed. It was buying. But it didn't say we're going to drop now. This is saying sometime forward. Now, still it's too low. I agree with the gentleman said that, but he didn't say about the value. He says the market went up when this thing went up. You have to time phase it. You gotta shift this back at least 6, maybe to 10 weeks forward from the signal. So it's mute to argue here. It makes no sense to argue right now. It's just that we pulled up. It was just an observation. Is it that they sold some? Maybe, I don't know. But obviously the buying wasn't there anymore. We'll see. But we got to get up here. We got to get to 3 and 4 sigma. Also, the shape has to change, start going up. Until then, we don't have it. You know what we should do? Murray, hold on, Murray. It just hit me. Hold on, Murray. We should put a CICI diff on this. Hey, what are you thinking, Alex? Do you think it's a good idea? Yeah, let me keep this. CICI diff, yeah. And then I got it. Well, I want to skew. I'm going to put it on a skew. I've never done that. Hold on. Go back. Put this queue up. Oh shit! What happened there? Huh? Something's wrong here. What happened there? Okay, forget this. I have no idea what they're doing here. Why did it happen like that? Hold on. Let me take a look. No. What the hell? What happened like that for? Something is wrong. Hold on. No, I gotta study this. Ignore this. Save it. All right. So, anyhow, yeah, that doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. That's the daily, right? Yeah. Anyhow, I'll look at it later. So, anyhow, we've got to get this thing up first, like this, something like that. Go up like this. Actually, this is ideal. The slow grind up. Market is going up. It's there that gives a signal. This is very small buying on the downside. We want more buying. It's not there yet. But it was a good point. Okay, treasuries. Yeah. This is not saying the economy is getting better. This is saying we have inflation. We've had too much cheap money out there. We printed too much money at the zero real interest cost. Now bills are coming due. Yeah. And post COVID, we have what do you call it, the supply chain. We have people who got lazy, don't want to go back to work because they have their what do you call it, they have their Robinhood. They want to trade that. The Robinhood account. They want to trade that. I have this other thing called public. They're advertising everywhere, and they went to crypto and all that. So people don't want to go back to work. So you have wage inflation. I mean, I got a friend of mine who runs a big distribution of office stuff here, office company, and it's up and down the west coast of Florida. He just lost the last 30 days. Has lost 4 of his people. Why? They want more, and customers are not willing to pay more, so they quit. You can't run a 10-man operation with 5 of your team missing. 4 from work and 1 sick. So he's on the road himself, poor guy, and he can't. He got shingles. Why? How do you get shingles? Too much stress. Shingles is a very, very, very bad case, and that's not the same, but similar to psoriasis, and it's very, very nasty, and it's very bad. Anyhow, so interest rates are get adjusted. I think it's still early. Banks are good. We're probably going to look at some banking names tomorrow morning. Nancy's working on some that we looked at. We have one position already, PayPal. And our view is, a couple of months. We've got to go past October 4th. Okay. So you nibble and you put some color spread on, white color spread. I learned after years in Chicago, the retail buys outright because they want a big win. Professionals buy spread, they put out actually less money, and they have a counterweight. In case they're wrong, what's the backstop? When you all out on a stock, let's say like you give me a name, like a Tesla, with a vol of like 75 to 100, and it's outright. You playing with fire. It's just a matter of time to fall all over you. Anita, that's what I've been talking about. Oh, lower low, post early October. I have no idea. No, I'm talking about October. Remember, I'm not a fundy guy. I don't look at 5 years forward. Again, I'm hitting. I don't build. I don't take out the bindling. I take out the window. So I need some precision. The farther you go out, your precision is going to drop. So I didn't even bother. So that's too far. That you have to ask a fundamental person. By the way, I give you a little footnote. A lot of those guys were wrong in 2008. So don't think that far out. I know you have a tendency to think out forward. Don't. Trade what you see. Don't think that far out. You know why? Your accuracy is going to drop. Your accuracy is the best if you look at right in front of you. And a lot of small wins go a long way that one big win that doesn't never occur. If everyone expected retest or lower, well, that's a very good question also. The second one. Usually I'm a contrarian. When everyone wants this, I want the other. So everyone's taking a retest, probably not going to happen. Probably not going to happen. Yeah. Why? Because there are too many sellers there. As you see on our charts, what do we show throughout the day? Fear and greed, fear and greed. Where do we go? Greed to fear, fear to greed, right? Always we oscillate. So everybody is thinking downside, I would tend to go up. Yeah. But I'm not smart enough to close my eyes and throw the darts. I want to see some validity. So I say I'm from Missouri. I got 19 babies over there. Remember the girl at what do you call it, Blue Martini? Says, "Are you one of those the runaway dads who don't pay the child support and you're hiding in Florida?" Until she found out the babies I'm talking about was B-2 bombers. But anyhow, but the reason for I'm from Missouri is show me. It's a show me state. I need to see evidence. So what do you call it said? Rothschild. They asked him, "Sir, what's the secret to your success?" You know what he said? "I buy too late and I sell early." So he does not buy down here. Let's say this you could buy. Let's say there's an asset in the Bible. There's the index and the interest rate as the inverse asset. But anyhow, let's say you could buy here. You won't go there. He'll buy here. And he won't hold up to here. He'll sell out here. Why? This he can count on right in the center. He wants the filet. He doesn't need the ribeye or a porterhouse. He wants the filet. He gets it. So he waits until it transforms and he gets out way before that. So I'm not looking for, I have no interest in picking tops and bottoms. That's difficult for most people. I've had a little bit of luck on the bottoms, not a lot of luck on the tops, if history is any judge. And so what I do is that, try to get to this part. Let something develop, so I'm betting on something better than 50-50. Otherwise, down here, it's very, very 50-50. You don't know. It's oversold. Some people are scared to death, say, "Oh, it's going to sell higher, higher." I mean, sell lower, lower, lower. I got to get out. And guess what? That's probably the lowest. And then, some way up here, like another family friend in Oregon. I bet you they start, if this was an asset, they start buying here. Usually they used to live in Chicago. I still actually use them as one of the criterion. I have a number of guys who I watch on Twitter. I've never shown anybody what that list is, but I use them for criterion indicators. When they get very, very bullish, I'm start selling. When they get really pessimistic, I'm going right. Why? They have a history of being wrong. They're wrong after wrong. And they keep coming back. I don't know who's funding it, but like Doug Cass. He was all in and it was always wrong. Hey, Doug, who's giving you this money for you to be wrong so many times in a row? So I don't know. I don't know anybody. Time will tell. I don't go out that far. No, I don't go. Listen, one of the biggest calls I had was right here. What happened to the charts, Jack? Hold on. Right there. Let me see if I can open this. Performance. Okay, there we go. Okay. Well, my biggest call was this. Okay. And I didn't know how long I'm going to hold it. All I knew was that Tico came, and that's why he became admiral. This is how he became admiral. He was a captain. He came over and said, "Daddy, we got to sell this market." And there was some targets. We're not going to go that. They don't have the time. But anyhow, this was a 38% drop. If you go back, that's a reverse of a 62%. It's a fifth number. It went there. It happened to be a couple of other issues. Also, time was spring equinox. So price action, percentage of it, fib drop, and time, spring equinox, March 21st. Actually, March 23rd was a Monday. We reversed on Sunday night. But that's the whole story. We don't get into it. My point is, that's what I've done. Otherwise, I don't go beyond that. And that was 5 weeks. I died and came back and resurrected several times in that 5 weeks. So I've learned not to do that. I'm sure you're smart enough to do that. I'm not. So listen, I trade 3-minute bars. Right? So, but I've learned to not fight my timer work. One of the key things probably the last few days, I'm always nervous, guys. I'm very nervous. I talked to one of my friends in LA confessing that the run I've had in the last several days, last couple of weeks, has been phenomenal. Each day, I'm talking about gross dollars in magnitude. Less commissions, of course, because you have a lot more commissions. But it's scaring me because you cannot now have a streak. All the streaks will be broken. There's no way a streak can be survived forever. So my issue is keep my next trade smaller. What if that's the one that breaks the streak? And I thought this swing I'm going to be there. I don't know if you guys heard me on the call or not, saying, "Hey, this is what is doing, what's happening." I was getting frustrated, and then of course turn around. Now, part of it was that my bet was small. The moment we turned around, I doubled down, and then I had one more, so I tripled down, and then it took off. I was lucky. One day my luck would run out. I mean, that wasn't very smart. What I did. The client doesn't know. The client thinks I'm Moses. I walk on water. But I know what I did was stupid, but everything else lined up said you should. Now, here's the question. Are you willing to take a risk or not? This is not a treasury. I mean, this is treasury. Let's go to another chart that will more make sense. You're not trading treasury bonds. I mean, not bond futures, but actual bonds. Those are very slow, docile, even these days compared to index futures. So, stressful days. Yeah. Okay. Good move here on the 3 months VIX, the VIX spread. Look where he went. We went to near almost zero. That's a half, right? We hit 0.74, 0.7, let's say, 0.6, almost. Zero is usually the bottom. Usually. As we get to what's called normal markets, I think we're almost getting there. A few years ago, we have to shift it. Like I'm saying, last 2 years, we have to shift that. We had to add to a number to make sense, to run based on our thing. And when we took that, the delta out, we declared everybody back to normal charts. Okay. So we're at 1.5 negative down here. This is live, by the way. And of course, this Friday we roll. Okay, you will be done. Even though expiration is next Tuesday, smart money moves out. So we're going to be long October, short Jan 23. Okay. All right, let me not do this right now because then it's going to get tied up. Quickly, I'm almost done here anyway. Rendezvous point done. We pulled up. We talked about rendezvous point. A little bit late. They did not get flushed together. So there's a chance we come back down and kind of wobble back and forth here. That's just the nature of a stock our size. I've looked at this probably since, actually I wrote this before I had CI. I was reading the book that described this, Tushar Chandy's book, that I found out, yeah, these are not cutting it. We need something better. And then my journey started. So I would say this was summer. No. It was Labor Day 99. This is it. Labor Day 99, I was working on program this, but the code was given. I mean, math was there. I turned it into easy language and plot, and then one was not enough. I shifted, I have three of them, and then I came up with a rendezvous concept. It seems to work for me. So we're here, but this is weak. It got there late. Usually good rendezvous, they drop together fast. So down here, I would say this green one should come back down. And we will have probably a good rendezvous point somewhere in here. So it'd be a soft landing here at least for this leg. On SP2, my favorite all time, true and honest and always loyal indicator. Never let me down, just like Admiral Tico and a few other blondes, but we won't go there. It's around 38. Yeah, no call. No call here. Yeah. Again, this is a limbo. Remember, you got to call that. When you have a chart that's not giving you a signal, don't count. I do believe in preponderance of evidence, but if signal is not giving me a chart, let's say we go to D-trenders. I don't think we could go in there. Hold on. D-trenders, right? Here's our D-trenders. If we're not getting a call based on where we are on the east, listen, we're now back again to -8, right? All 8 are negative. You got to make a call. If it's not a clear cut, this tells me we could be near a low somewhere. It doesn't say it's tomorrow. Okay, it didn't say that. But when we get all -8, we tend to gyre to the other side. This is like a fear level. When you get to all positives, we're topping. So, but because it's not really very strong negative, very minor, as these are percentages normalized, there's no signal. You got to call it. This chart's no signal. Go to the next chart. Maybe there's a clue on that one. Maybe go that. Here's our Lowry chart. Came back down, came back up near the close. Huge gap down. I mean, this was incredible. And we were down in below 90 for most of yesterday, and then we closed up a little bit toward the close. Nasdaq didn't get there. Russell didn't get there. So I'm thinking, I need that. This is not it. Yeah. I'm thinking this is not it. Yeah. probably have another leg down. No, let's go to buying here. Now, I don't usually plot this, but here you go. Look at this. Wow. This on NQ. Look, where's my indicator? Where's my signal here? This is a sell. That's a sell. This is a sell. What happened here? Hold on. Let me go there 1 second. It's not engaging? Oh, that's why. So you just scared the heck out of me. Go. Oh, hold on. Why not? Hold on. What are you doing here? Murray? Hold on, Murray. What are you doing, Murray? Hold on. That's on. This is not what I'm using. Okay, huh? Turn this off. Okay, now again. I don't think you can trade it, but hold on. Why is it not signaling me? Oh. Okay, so hold on. Something is off there. Needless to say, earlier today they were all on the downside. You can see the other three. I'll take a look at it. I just don't want. I have to open the code. I'm not doing it now. Let me cancel. I'll back that up later. Hold on. Let me come here. Let me just disengage this so it doesn't do anything stupid. Not to have a chance to look at it. Start us off. Why is that going off? Oh no. Oh no, it is. Okay. Start us off. I'll deal with it later. But this was also a short. Now it was a late short, okay? You could see long short. Long short. This to everybody a monkey range. That's the mid caps up. Same here. This was pretty much same chart. So all fours are short. This is what Peter did. He wrote the code. I'm giving me the privilege of using it. We don't distribute these, but bottom line is his comment, not mine. He only uses the long side. So you can in the strategy you could say longs only or shorts only. He only does the long side. So if he gives it a short, he ignores it. He waits for it to give a long. But remember, there's a trend following, so there's going to be a slight delay. You have to have that stomach for possible snapback, which happened here. To me, there's no signal here either. Last but not least is oh, look at that. Look at that beauty. Oh, okay, boom. This chart. Here we go. And that's his color, by the way. It's a very smart color. If you love your dog, get him a Fi color. It's got GPS and cell phone on it, so that you can never lose your dog. Hold on, let me go here. There we go. But in my case, he's my boss, so how can I lose my boss? He's my boss, so he's the one who pulls the trigger on PMT. That's why we've done so well, because you get me and him. Get 2 for price of 1. Murray, that's a good deal, Murray. Okay, let me close this. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, another no-show. No signal here, guys. Except that, of course, it's grinding it. It's trying to pressure it. And maybe we'll do it, retest of 12, whatever that was. If it's a good low, we're going to take that completely, and that would be a big-time buy. If we rotate here, go small. There's no free lunch. Free lunch are down here. You got to have blood on the street, not up here. Right now, there's no signal again. With that said, any questions for me? I'm on another 2 minutes late now. Are we good, everybody? Thank you all for attending. Again, do not forget tomorrow, if you're a future trader, come on in. It's on our dime. And we don't even track nothing. We don't get any emails from you, nothing. It's just all we need to ask you is this. Make sure your machine has a Chrome or Edge, Microsoft Edge, installed as fresh. Make sure it's updated. Make sure you have your speakers working. Make sure you go play to YouTube. You can hear yourself. Let me hear the video. And you come through here. You don't need to log in. It won't even ask for your email. You just go woof in there. I start at 8:30 tomorrow. I'll probably open a little bit sooner because we got to get our people out of our existing or current chat go-to meetings out. So it's a go-to meeting. It's very cozy, small, very efficient. People used to use it that way. That's what we use for our trading. and we're gonna give you some experience. And these days are hot. This system is hot. It's just been killing it. You probably saw some emails. Has been off the charts. Hey, thank you, Anita. Thank you, Dennis. So see you all tomorrow if you can. Otherwise, bifty bifty, as they say in New Delhi. Bifty bifty that we're going to have a seminar next week if I'm not tired. If I'm not tired, definitely would love to chat with you guys. Again, on hi, Rich, how are you? You got in here late, but we'll record this. Next Wednesday, but if it's a bad day, you don't want to deal with me because I'm not good. So, all right. See you all next week, if not 2 weeks from now. Just remember that. Hey, Roger, how are you, sir? Long time no see. Greg, thank you so much. Okay, right after this is post process, we're going to post it as usual, the same place always here. Again, where am I? We cancel that. Again, I forgot to say that. Oh yeah, just so you guys know, we put on Twitter too, at Hamzy Analytics or at Admiral _ Tico. But here's our YouTube. Go to Eche, and here's our videos. Bottom link on the left. This takes you to our channel. We have about 1,500 people there. And this way you can subscribe. It immediately tells you there's a post. You don't have to wait for anything. The moment the post is done, you get it. Okay? And you can, it's in a format down, you can go back and forth. You don't have to sit through the whole thing if you missed a part. You can take it back and forth. Okay, guys? And gals, we'll see you. Thanks for attending. Bye-bye now. Good night.